All right, so trying a few different things in blue-white today. We've foregone the Thought Scours that felt okay last time when we've got these Hieroglyphic Illuminations, another 1-mana cantrip / draw 2 in the late game. We've got the Nimble Obstructionist in the main deck because this is a card, again, that allows us to blank removal from the opponent in the matches that are really removal heavy, but it's still a threat and disruption when you want it to be a threat or disruption. Vendilion Clique is still very good in this archetype, I agree with that, so I've got 2 clicks in the sideboard. And then pretty typical other blue-white control-y stuff. I guess Temple of Enlightenment isn't fully stocked. I've got 6 tap lands in the deck. I'm splitting Colonnades and Temples. And the Temples have been good. I like them better than, say, a Cycle land, because this is an archetype that's interested in, like, playing out its first 10 land drops. So I don't really want to be cycling my lands. I want to be putting them into play. What's my thoughts on Timely Reinforcements? It's okay. Timely Reinforcements definitely can help you win some games against Explicitly Burn. One of the big problems with Timely Reinforcements in this format is that a lot of the aggressive decks deal a lot of damage to themselves consistently, which makes it harder to game life with Timely. Blue-Black Fae got pushed out by a Cut the Line again, Turtle. So it'll go back in the queue and likely be towards the top for tomorrow. Remember, every time a deck gets cut, that means it just stays in the queue. I'm theoretically going to play this league with blue-white control and then do Revolt Zoo after. However, because this is blue-white control, there is a very real possibility that Revolt Zoo will be what we start with tomorrow, because I need to be done by 3:30, and I don't want to start the Revolt Zoo league if we're not going to be able to finish it. Yeah, I think the fixing is just too important from a card like Temple of Enlightenment. I want them to be dual lands so we can cast our spells consistently. Oh, blue-white control. Oh, blue-white control. Again, please remember, you need to be constructive and specific if you want to provide critical feedback on the things that we are doing here. If you want to suggest something that we've done is wrong, you need to provide articulation as to why it's wrong. Please and thank you. Alright. Turn 1, Darksteel Citadel. Well, we're definitely playing this game out. We hit the second land tier, which means Search for Azcanta could pull us back through. The eggs were okay. So Settle the Wreckage is potentially very good in this matchup. Terminus is also like basically an unmulligan mechanic for us, because we can get through multiple things with that. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this card. Look at that. All right, well, we're gonna have to actually play a game of Magic here, which is like all you could ask for in a 4-card hand. Chart, of course, I think is just too slow. 2 mana to like gain card advantage in Modern is just like not, it's too much on average. Ditching most things that aren't Terminus or land tier. Feels kind of bad. Mana Leak's definitely marginally better than Negate in this matchup, I think. The fact that they're on 2 Hanger Backwalkers though, and like we have 4 Terminus in our deck is like pretty appealing. We're looking for lands, Terminus, and cantrips into Terminus at this point. Negate does counter like Hardened Scales or Animation Module here, or Evolutionary Leap, which are some of their better cards at this point in the game. That one's fine. Especially if they just like sit here charging up Hanger Backwalkers, it's kind of absurd for us. I'd imagine they start attacking this turn. Really? Okay, yeah, deal. Termini? Termini. I'm gonna bin that. That is aggressive, I know, but like if we hit the 4th land, I get to hold Settle up here, so I think binning that is right. I also just like want to make land drops. I want to hit Terminus. Like any untapped land, any Terminus is better than that, which is a pretty significant portion of our deck. The statistical relevance of having a card in your deck to thin out is like very, very marginal. Very, very marginal. So we're taking 5 here down to 12. Again, binning any non-land, non-terminus. I might even have to bin a tap land at this point. Ding. It's a good pickup. It's a great pickup. Dvorin Reef. We mulligan low, but they're flooding a little bit. If they attack all three of these in here, we're going to be in an absurd spot. Puppy! Good lord, are we ahead? We're ahead right now, right? We mulliganed to 4 this game. Like, this puts card 6 in the bin, so I guaranteed flip search for Azcanta next turn and then just, like, plus Teferi. I know this matchup is good for blue-white, but, like, we started with 4 cards on the play. The search has been very good. I agree. Have some lands, friend. I think I'm just bidding that so I can guaranteed cast Teferi here. Sure, third draw's been medium. I think I'm just supposed to negate this because this gets lots of things I can't negate. Okay, yep. Why Teferi when you can sculpt their mind? Asking the hard-hitting questions. Alright, looking for a Terminus here. That is a Cryptic Command in our hand. And this deck is good, it's quite absurd. Perfect. So we're done here. Put this back, play this, pass the turn. We'll opt the Teferi to the bottom and clear their board here. And like, we have Logic Knot up too. Good luck, Godspeed. This was a sweet first game. This was a sweet first game. This is the appeal of this archetype. When you win, man, does it feel good. Just like every facet of the game, you're just like, nope, you're dead. You're very, very dead. This matchup is very bad for Hardened Scales. It's a miracle! Concession Terminus. Concession Terminus. Bye, friends. This is the best part of the control deck. The part where they're dead, but they keep playing. Yay! Bye, friends. Alright, so get a couple of Stony Silence and a D-Sphere and this. Disenchant, Oust. I actually like Rest in Peace in this matchup because it stops Modular. All of these cheeky counter spells can get out of our deck. Cryptic might want to go. Nimble definitely goes. Mana Leak and Negate are kind of bad. Trim 1 Cryptic Command. How do we like this? This looks pretty clean. This is pretty clean. Yeah, it's up to Hangerback Walker too, which is valuable. I like it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. You can never cut Jace in this deck, Kent, because you need Jace to set up Terminus. So, like, Jace is, like, the crutch that makes Terminus playable. Yeah, I want snaps and searches even with my rest in pieces, because when I have rest in peace, I'm going to be far enough ahead a lot of the time that it's fine that my card is awkward, I think. What are my thoughts on playing Jeskai control? I don't know. I like the clean mana in blue-white. I think what's it called? I think getting to not take damage from your lands and playing Field of Ruin are both really good. Big fan of casting my spells on time. Is Relic really a card you bring in this kind of matchup? It's low cost. Nature's Claim. I hope I draw Stony Silence. Zalgotha, it's been a whole year. And you know what that means. Thank you very much, Zalgotha. I knight thee, defender of the realm. Please protect us from Twitch chat. So, I'm gonna go ahead and path here, I think. I'm gonna play the Hallowed Fountain. I think I'm gonna get in path, snap path, before I play the rest in peace here, since I have both of them. Everybody's like, please, sacrifice me! Love it. Love all of the people offering to be sorted. Gabriel Paint, thank you for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, yeah, pathing on upkeep in case they play a creature land's a good suggestion. Or draw step. Yeah, I definitely... Oh, they have the relic, so my snap doesn't matter. I'm dumb. I should have played this. I don't think it really matters, but I definitely should have played this last turn. Because of stuff. You'll be able to read about my thoughts on cards like Discovery on my article on Cool Stuff Inc. tomorrow. It'll go up about 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I could have opted, but I'm not really looking for anything super particular at the moment. Wow, we're killing Nature's Claim. That's so good for me. And your ops and your cycles in this deck are valuable for triggering Terminus on your opponent's turn. So, Endo Crisis... And this is gonna be wild. A lot of people don't know this. Did you know you don't have to type enter in the Twitch chat text box after every sentence you type? You can type a thing you feel and then a reason why you feel it in the same message and then press enter. Like we live in this, we've like really developed this society where it's like everybody's like, I have to press enter as soon as possible. I have to press enter as soon as possible. And it's just like, it's so weird. Just like, can we like show a little consistency or restraint or whatever we want to call it? Beg pardon. Yep. A lot of people talk about that. They're like, well, I was going to explain myself, but then you time out. It's like, well, you should explain yourself before I feel the need to time you out. Like, do it all at once. We never complain about walls of text here. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. So, hopefully, my opponent at end of turn here sacrifices this Horizon Canopy, and then I can go path this, snap path the Hangerback Walker. That's unfortunate. So I'm gonna path this in response, I think. Sure. I did not end up writing anything about Grixis Delver. Spoiler stuff just started coming full speed. Scott, thank you for the 6-month resub. I appreciate the half a year. Pick up a training sword there and prepare to defend the realm. Prepare your training to defend the realm. A Snapcaster Mage is just like super medium at the moment. I think I'm in the market to just make them blow this up here. No, Teferi is a must play in this deck. A big part of the reason why this deck is powerful is because of Search, Teferi, and Terminus. Those are the 3 cards that make this deck really good. They're gonna pop the relic here, but it gets the relic off our back, which is nice. Any Terminus, Path, or Oust becomes very reasonable against this board that they have here. Them drawing more cards here encourages them to like kind of play their hand out, which means any Terminus then becomes better. And I get that what we do here is a little weird, which is why they're timeouts and they're not bans. We give people a chance to learn. The way I handle and present things in this chat is very different than the way things are presented in a lot of else on the internet. Lots of other places, people like are encouraged to press enter after everything and say things without backing it up and all these other sorts of things. I've not played the Spider-Man game. I really don't get into traditional video games too often. Is it wrong to type punt to get yourself an automated timeout? That's more of a philosophical question. Now, the Throne of Geth means we need exactly Terminus. Unfortunately, we are on the draw no spells plan here. We have a couple of turns here, though. We have a couple of turns to find it. Or cantrips into it, etc. Things like Cryptic Command give us redraws. Jace theoretically gives us some redraws, etc. We don't ban people for just breaking the stream rules. I do ban people occasionally if they go over the line or get truly obnoxious. Yeah, I had Dan Bopes teach me how to do that. So there's ups and downs to doing this now. Because I have 6 mana anyways, if we hit Terminus, I can just cast it for 6. Do I not want this? Is it crazy to bottom this? I guess I guess they have. I think I keep it. Yeah, I think I keep it because it lets Path to Exile be better. And I'm at 19, so I've got 3 turns to find an answer to this Hang Boy. They might Throne of Geth in response here and just like spread their wings and fly away. Yeah, this makes Teferi an out now too. They have a Nature's Claim, sure. That their 3rd claim this game? I think it is. Yep. Alright. Fair. Fair is fair. Back to square one. That would have been so good here. It would have been so good, chat. It would have been so good. Relic's unfortunate makes Snapcaster Mage much worse. Means we can't snap up the Terminus. He'd be dead if they'd been proliferating. Yeah, I guess they could have been sacrificing things like Welding Jar and stuff like that. The out here is hope they mess up. So I'm going to disenchant this, and if they don't crack a hanger back in response, we get to D-Sphere and clean these dorks up. Because even if they Welding Jar the Throne of Geth, regenerating something taps it, so the Throne of Geth will be down this turn. And I guess even if they crack a hanger back here, I then get to Detention Sphere and then like clear their tokens, which is nice. So yeah, so I won't be dead on board here, which gives me a chance to get a redraw for next turn. Oh, I am still dead, right? Because they get to power this up and then they get to proliferate next turn. Yeah, I'm just dead. So you get to put this to 7, and then this puts it to 9 because of the hardened scales. Weird. Crush them on 4 cards, fumbled around on 6. Could have eaten the walker to have another turn, maybe? I'm gonna keep this. This hand needs some lands in it, but I've got Opt and Illumination here. A few things to look for. And once I find a second land, search likely helps me find 3, 4, etc. Should have mulled the 4, exactly. Oh, you know what? I should lead on Opt here, right? Not that it mattered, we got there right away. Snapcaster Mage attacks and blocks. And generates some real card advantage. Although Mission Briefing is much better against things like Relic of Progenitus, which is interesting. Grepner, if you did a tier 2 or tier 3 sub, I can go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and whisper me and let me know which tier sub you did so I can confirm it later. I appreciate the support. So that's a good pickup. We are trying a few things out. So the goal of the deck list on my website is the deck lists on my website are the ones that are I know feel reasonable. And this is a deck list where we wanted to try some new specific things that could potentially be good. Yeah, I don't, tier 1 subs and prime subs don't get to bump something explicitly every month because then basically I would just be swimming in queue inflation. It would just be like 2,000 points into the queue every month that I'd never keep up with. Sure. Sure. Nope. I believe in miracles. Do do. Beep do. Beep do. Do 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 do. Bye, friends. Do do. And since I have 2 fields here, and I kind of want to filter anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take this Horizon Canopy out. Get another Plains. Nobody is ever obligated to concede to you. You or your opponent should consider playing faster. So if I opt in response to this search for Azcanta, I get to flip the search. I think I'm gonna do that. I lose like some utility value here, but like getting the search flipped is like really good. Unless I draw Stony Silence, then I'm just gonna cast that this turn. Oh, puppy! Deal. Resolves. Resolves. Nope, I'll take that one. Yes, transform it. Just get this one out of here for you real quick. Magic Online's different. Making your opponents click through their combos on Magic Online just like kind of shows that you just like don't really value your time. Oh, I messed this up. Okay, so they get to do this and they kept their Inkmoth X's. All right, so I punted this. So, if I would have played the Stony first, they wouldn't have been able to Welding Jar there. I couldn't have fielded this turn, obviously, but then they wouldn't have been able to Welding Jar, and they'd be down on Inkmoth Nexus. We're still pretty far ahead here, but that's definitely a mistake on my part. I didn't think about them activating it. Play the backup Stony out. They play for Nature's Claim. Need to trade Snapcaster for their board here. Like, tag the path to exile. Deal with this creature land. And, like, had I like, sequenced with my Field of Ruin better with the Stony Silence, I would get to draw a card with the Snapcaster Mage as opposed to using it to path the Syncmoth Nexus. So that's kind of a big deal. Like, I'd be up a card here. That being said, like, we're at 20 and 1 poison. And, like, we have this Terminus, and we have the Stony Silences. Like, we're pretty far ahead here. A lot of their deck just, like, doesn't do anything at this point. They definitely, like, have draws to allow them to get back in the game, but we're pretty firmly in the driver's seat at this point. Yeah, and that's true, too. And we'd have a path in the bin, which is valuable. We are winning this race by a pretty significant margin, so let's just fire up and get in there. Yeah, Colonnade's a good draw for sure. Time to wrap things up here. The Colonnade also encourages my opponent to play out any creatures they draw, so they have a better chance of racing us. And then if they play out more creatures, the Terminus that we have in our hand just, like, gets them completely. Do I even play the Rest in Peace? I don't really care about the Modular at this point in the game, right? Yeah, I think I'm just passing, because I'd like Snapcaster Mage to be able to draw 2 if I pick that up. I'd also like to be able to flip a search for Azcanta if I draw it. Like, really not a huge incentive to. They can gain a life. They can gain life, you're not wrong. That does swing the race. They can gain a few points of life, actually. But even if they gain life, I have them on a 4-turn clock right now, and they have me on a 7-turn clock. You sideboard in Rest in Peace because it stops Modular from working, and it stops Hanger Backwalker from making tokens when it dies. Yeah, Faye got cut twice, actually. Poor Blue-Black. Blue-Black Fairies is the what's it called? It's the blue-white turns of this week. It's been cut in front of a few times here. I'm gonna start on Opt, see where we go. Oh, the places we'll go. That's a touch awkward. Yeah, the Stony means most of our bases are covered here. You attack that Teferi. This game is completely winnable and one you should continue playing. Sweet. They played a second creature, which likely means this will be a concession Terminus. Ooh! Jace the Mind Sculptor! Begin the sculpting of the minds, chat! Begin the sculpting of the minds! So they get to gain a health here. Congrats! You did it! You did it! You did it! Hooray! Thank you, Zagalta, for the biddies. Sculpt the wallets, yep. Have fun at SCG Con. Looks like you're gonna need some stretch goals. Thank you, Ender. I appreciate it. Ooh, a Karn. I bet my 4-mana Planeswalker outgrinds your 4-mana Planeswalker. Oh, look, Darksteel Citadel. That's adorable. Enjoy. We got 2 Dirty D's in our deck. Snapcaster Mage. Temple of Enlightenment. Look at all the cards, chat. Ooh, in for Path to Exile. Oh, you know what? I should have played the Temple post Jace so I could scry Rest in Peace to the bottom. It's totes what I should have done. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I should have. It doesn't matter. All the roads are going everywhere, Chad. It doesn't matter what I do. Yeah, Age of Sigmar Champions. There's links to it in the description of this video. Sure. All right, so search for Azcanta is going to bin this Temple of Enlightenment. Then we're going to transform, and then our opponent has decided that they would like to give up. God bless you, opponent. You understand what's going on. How are we doing today, folks? Welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. We're hanging out playing some blue-white control to wrap today up. I appreciate everybody hanging out here today. Got over 900 people. If you enjoy my content, remember, please consider subscribing to my stream. If you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, you get Twitch Prime included with that for free, and it gives you a Twitch subscription every single month here on Twitch. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Still supports my content the same as a $4.99 subscription. By subscribing to my channel, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. We'd love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. BCW Supplies would love to help you protect your very valuable gaming singles and accessories. Using code Jeff10 at BCWSupplies.com, you can save 10% on sleeves, deck boxes, and all sorts of other great stuff they have there. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Kristen and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 3 months now, and we really enjoy it. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new foam mattress with them by checking out links bit.ly/HoagleBedUS and bit.ly/HoagleBedCA. I mean, I definitely feel like this is a hand we're in the market to keep. We're on the draw. I've got double opt. The fact that this is a tap land feels a little bit bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Figure of Destiny. God bless you. I thought, whew. Oh, that was a Goblin Guide matchup there for half a second. My heart skipped a beat. It's not a good scene. Not a good scene. Stefan, thank you very much for sharing that Twitch Prime. Thanks for sending your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate that. How many sub points are we up to right now? We currently have 2,211 subscriber points. We actually have a 31st sub emote, and my graphics guy sent me a first draft of a Floop the Pig emote that we're going to have very soon here, hopefully. All right, looking for lands. This is great. Nah, there's really no reason to play competitive leagues. I don't play Magic Online to gamble, and really the only reason to play there's 2 reasons to play competitive leagues: to gamble and to get QPs. And I don't play in Mox events, so QPs are useless to me, and I don't really have a desire to gamble while I play. Do we auto lose to burn goblins? Goblins is not a very unreasonable matchup because you have so many cards that like sweep the board, like Terminus and stuff. But burn can be more difficult for sure. So before I Path to Exile here, I'm actually going to go ahead and opt because we find a Terminus. We're just going to Miracle this dork. But I will, however, keep a land and then just path him out of here. Yeah, I play the friendly leagues to hide all the technology. They don't post the friendly league results. I don't want all these scrubs on the internet net decking me. No skill, net deckers. No. As someone who's played a very significant amount of Magic Online, the people I found that are consistently preaching their competitive leagues are so much more difficult and have so much better decks, those are just people trying to stroke their own egos. They're trying to make themselves feel better about spending more money and gambling more. Yeah, there was a Jeskai mid-range deck that I believe top-aided the Hong Kong Grand Prix, whatever you want to call it, that had Figure of Destiny in it. looking for lands. That's unfortunate. Send Jeff to SCG Con. Thank you, Great Oratog. I appreciate that. I lost to the Mardu Podza deck and I blame you. Yep. %92. So close. So close. Yeah, I said if you like gambling more, Mr. Muck. If you like gambling more. C Fusion, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. Welcome, welcome. I think I'm just gonna normal opt here. I think I gotta bottom that. I think I just need to, nope, and now they know they have a Terminus. I like value, not gambling. Nah, it's gambling. Nothing in Magic is guaranteed. This game has very large amounts of variance in it. Got it, thanks to your Amazon Prime show. I appreciate that. I believe this is a Spell Queller, which we will mana leak. Everything lining up pretty cleanly here for us. Is your SCG widget a Python widget? It's not. It's actually just a plugin for WordPress that I have it captured from my website. It's the easiest, laziest way to go about it. I think 4-color Geist will add some number of Assassin's Trophy. No, I don't think you want to splash a 5th color into the Geist deck, Seth. I think the mana base is pretty reasonable with just 4, and I don't think I want to add a 5th. So if I bin this here, I get to flip the Search for Azcanta, which is pretty appealing. So like I'm like basically hitting a land drop either way here, because if I flip it, I then like have an extra land anyways. Take my ad bits for SCG Con. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate the support. Yep, you have a 2/2. Do I think this deck is hard to play? I think most decks have a lot of small things in them that make them difficult and interesting to play. I like the 4-color Geist deck better. I feel like the 4-color Geist deck has more play to it just because it has more removal spells than it pikes. Like the Tribal Flames, Bloodbraid, Rhino style stuff, that just feels like, what are they doing with 1 blue mana? They have a Spell Pierce. They have like a main deck Dispel. Main deck Dispel would be kind of brutal here. Nope, my friend. Opt, sure. So they have 4 cards left, and we're pretty far ahead here. Like, these Termini are a little bit clunky in our hand, but we've got Obstructionist, Cryptic Command, and we have the Azcanta flipped along with all these Colonnades. Oh, they don't have a 4th basic. That's very important and a good thing to note. Thank you for pointing that out. That is something, if I wasn't doing 6 things at once, I would definitely be paying attention to. Because this Field of Ruin, for instance, I know is now just going to get rid of one of their lands. Time me out as punishment. Don't apologize for starting people giving me money. I'll still service you the timeout, though, because I'm a giver. I'm a man of the people. Are we helixing my Snapcaster Mage? Yes. Resolves. God bless you. I mean, this Azcanta is going to find a Jace the Mind Sculptor, and then he's going to throw these Termini back where they belong. I'm actually not going to field them aggressively, because it's important to remember that Field of Ruin is a shuffle effect for us. So at some point in the future, that's going to shuffle a Jace Brainstorm. Do 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 do. Cannon, the more Magic I play, the more I think we're probably not going to get to Revolt Zoo today. Torcat, thank you for the support. Welcome. Honestly, the idea that control decks have to be hard to play, I think is perpetuated for a lot of the same reasons that people perpetuate that competitive leagues are like this big difference between the friendly leagues. It's because people that play control decks want to self-fillet and make themselves feel smart. Because, like, if their deck is hard to play, then they're smart for playing it, basically, is what it comes down to. And I think I'm actually just going to cycle Hieroglyphic Illumination here. I really don't want to get it Spell Quellered. The actual answer is that, like, when these decks have all of their answers line up well and everything comes together, they're much easier than playing a lot of decks in the room. Like, when your Terminis are in the right places and all of your cards line up into theirs, you're just like, all right, kill your thing, kill your thing, kill your thing, kill your thing. I'm gonna play this Obstructionist out. If they want to burn this, that's one less burn spell killing me. I think a better way to articulate how control decks and interactive decks tend to be is I think control decks in general tend to reward you for format knowledge more than more linear decks do, but I don't think format knowledge automatically means that they're more skillful. Like, I don't think you have to be a good Magic player to, like, understand what cards you need to be playing around. If that makes sense. Blue-white control is a popular deck. It's a fan favorite for sure. I think this is a Terminus out matchup. I think I just want, like, more cards that, like, 1-for-1 and play to the board here. And I think this is because I'm cutting Terminus, I can actually trim a Jace. Jace is pretty lackluster against all their burn anyways. Jund is a very good example. Like, Jund and black-green decks, if you understand what cards you're supposed to take with discard spells, they play in a very straightforward manner. Geist is a concern. Do they play Geist? I guess I believe they play Geist. Maybe I should leave some sweepers in. I might keep this. Seems fine. Search helps us find a lot of things. Opponents keep scooping before we even damage them. You be quiet, Shannon. That's the reason you're playing this deck, is to watch people concede before you damage them. Ouch to Pierce. Thank you very much for the 2-month resubscription there. Thanks for re-upping those Bezo bucks and sending them this way again. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed. Negate me, baby. Negate me. Negate, show me your Negate. Do 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 do. What's going on, Beetle? It's a Beetle. It's funny, actually, this like we have 3 lands in play, and this Glacial Fortress still doesn't come into play untapped. It's kind of amusing. Ooh, they don't have a land. That's good for us. No land, eh? Because there's no guarantee they have the negate there, and if I pass back to them and they get a 3rd mana up, they get to have Spell Queller. So, like, a Dispel doesn't protect me from Spell Queller, and I'm giving them more outs, more opportunity to have the thing that's good against my card. And sweet, this turn we get to Illumination to pick 2 cards up, along with Dispel / Path to Exile backup. Dispel covers us from things like Negate and Mana Leak, and then Path to Exile covers us from Spell Queller, which is very nice for us. This is probably a matchup where we're going to get punished a little bit and kind of wish that we had Baneslayer Angels in our sideboard. This is definitely one of the places where that type of card, that type of effect is very good. There's also merit because they're on 7 cards here that maybe I should just, like, hang tight and wait so they don't have a chance to, like, spend cards. That way if they miss lands, we then get to make them move to hand size. What are my thoughts on Crucible overall? It seems like a really sweet technology for the mirror match. I don't know that I'd expect to play that many mirrors. I'm going to play basic Island here because it allows me to hold up Cryptic Command plus Logic Knot. And then we can start playing out all of our tapped lands here. The fact that, like, we're hitting all of our land drops here is really good. That's what these matchups... And we have, like, enough spells here that, like, we could probably work through a little bit of flooding. That does seem okay against Tron, too. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. The blue-white control deck that was playing Crucible also had 1 or 2 Ghost Quarters in it, right? Gideon of the Trials. I would like to use... Or Gideon of Allies in the car. I would like to use my no button on that one, please. No, no, no. Ooh. Ooh. A draw 2 piece of candy, chat. Maybe I'm just supposed to let that happen since Celestial Colonnade can kill it. It's pretty appealing to just, like, use my Cryptic Command when it's guaranteed to resolve, though. It's like, there's no guarantee my Cryptic Command resolves at a later date. And I think at this point, I'm just gonna, like, hang tight here. I don't think there's any reason for me to rush to jamming into things here. I just want to, like, keep making my land drops because eventually they're gonna pick a point, and then we should hopefully have more mana and then beat them in whatever fight happens at that point. That is not what that is, Kyle. Don't you lie to the people in chat that don't know better. Sure, lightning bolt me. Am I at the point where I can start attacking with Celestial Colonnade? I think I am, right? We're, like, getting there very quickly. So if I do this, I have 5 mana up. Yeah, let's do it. Like, this kind of pressures them, like, rewards us for having more lands than them really nicely. We have, like, everything except a Geist of Saint Traft being forced through by counter magic kept in check with our hand right now. Naked Queller. I think Naked Queller is fine. I can take 1 hit from this and then next turn Detention Sphere it. Super Slink, thank you for the 2-month resub. I do appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, the opponent probably has a lot of gas in their hand. They're just likely want to be responding to some of my stuff. This does expose us to Restoration Angel potentially here. Well, Path End of Turn to bait another Queller still gets what's that's a mana leak. Yeah, that one's gonna resolve. Yeah, they do have a lot of fast lands. We've hit the point where, like, their mana leaks and stuff like that have diminishing returns. Like, they have more blanks in their deck than we likely do. Yeah, Burgo, they have Figure of Destiny in their deck. Their deck actually top-8'd the Hong Kong Grand Prix. Am I hitting them with Colonnade here? Yeah, I think I am. Pretty sure we're just at the hitting them with Colonnade portion of our lives. If the board is clear, let's kill them. Because, like, if they send, like, 2 burn spells at this Colonnade, that's, like, a huge win for us, right? And, like, I have all these Path to Exiles at this point to, like, check, like, Restoration Angels and Spell Quellers and even Snapcaster Mages that might come into play. So I want to just, like, end the game before they can potentially, like, draw enough burn to, like, blast through our counter spells. Resolves. Sure. Pick your favorite. Probably lose the Illumination. I guess we could lose the Logic Knot too, depending on, like, what their hand has in it. Of course, Valakut, I got you. They took Detention Sphere. Okay, that's interesting. Snapcaster Mage is a great draw, because it means I have Logic Knot plus Snap Dispel up next turn, which is great. Opponent said enough. They know where this book ends. When we win with this deck, I understand why people play it. Just like when you're winning with this archetype, it just feels absurd unstoppable. Terminus. Terminus is a very, very powerful Magic the Gathering card. Very, very powerful. For Last Hope. I don't think I'd trim Brutality because Brutality is great, but I think Last Hope is an okay card to include if you really want one. This is pretty close to the list on the website. The biggest change is Hieroglyphic Illumination over Thought Scour, and that really feels pretty reasonable. I'm probably going to swap that after this league. I like that inclusion. Because, like, there's more people that are going big and going greedy, and, like, Illumination has potential to be much better than Thought Scour in the big greedy matchups, but it's very similar when you're just, like, digging for Terminus. I think this hand's a mulligan. It just, like, really doesn't do anything. It has a Terminus in it. We're, like, missing a color of mana. I can't cast this Logic Knot. I think this hand just, like, isn't good enough. And this hand, on the other hand, is great. I'm going to turn 2 search for Azcanta on the play. I think maybe going down to 2 searches is wrong, though. This card's just, like, really good. And I think I correctly identified that I just, like, want 3 of them in my deck. The games you have search for Azcanta on 2 are just, like, so drastically different from the ones where you don't. Blue-Black Fairies got pushed by a Cut the Line. Our opponent's name is Dirtle, so I can only assume we're about to play a mirror match. Alright. Show me potato salad. Oh, I didn't actually mean to spell snare me. Fetch a Steam Vents tapped. Fetch a Steam Vents tapped. Tapped land! No! Boo! Yay! Magic! Look at that! Who's the Stone Cold Master that called the mirror match before it started? Got the soul reads, chat. Got the soul reads. What a roller coaster of emotions, right? It's like, don't do me dirty. Don't do me dirty. Yeah, they're about to play a red land and blood moon me, just like tilt me off the face of the planet. Take inventory. Alright. Alright, I kind of like how your jib is cut. Are they not on Terminus then? Gosh, can we just talk about how good this search for Azcanta is? Just like how it's everything I want to be doing in life and so much more. I'm just gonna cast this as a draw 2 right now while my opponent's tapped down. This gives them a window to, like, stick a Jace, but I don't have an answer to a Jace anyways, and Hieroglyphic Illumination could help me. Help me find one. Ooh, they don't have a land. That's so good for us. Nope, I will take an opt. Sign me up. You know what I love doing in the control mirror chat? Making every land drop. So they kept a card, so I can only assume... Whoa. Whoa. If they top cards here, I'm going to Field of Ruin the crap out of them. Really? Really? Okay, Do I want to Cryptic Command this? I could just Terminus this, right? Is it silly? I'm going to Terminus this. I'm going to end step Field of Ruin them and then Terminus this. And I'm fielding them because they put a card on top and I have another field. Why would I bounce their Azcanta? Am I really pathing this? Am I really pathing this? Yeah, I think I am. I'm sending mixed messages. Pathing this lets me flip my search for Azcanta, which is, like, super appealing. Flipping search here is, like, kind of the stones. It's like, we're both gonna have flip searches, but, like, we have a pretty significant mana advantage here, which is a big deal. Oh, and I have a Field of Ruin. Duh. I have Field of Ruin. I might get a little less descriptive as this game goes on, because we are currently down on clock, and being up on clock is pretty important in a matchup like this. Those are path to exiles. That's unfortunate. Just gonna let that resolve. They get a draw 2. Oh, they have to discard a card. It's like a draw 2, discard 1. Ooh. Ooh! Shall we begin the sculpting of the minds? Begin sculpting their minds! This is just good, clean living, chat. Are we done here? Are we still playing Magic the Gathering? What are we doing with ourselves? What are we doing? We get to Azcanta pass the 2 bad cards on top of our deck here in a hot second. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got a Snapcaster Mage. Sure. Sure. You get to take inventory again. That's so powerful. That's so powerful. How will we ever manage to win the game now, Chad? I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out somehow. Just trying to scrape by here with my Azcanta and my Jace and my Teferi, I guess. Just doing what I can to get by in this tough world. My opponent misses their land drops and keep playing Magic. Wubbum, thank you for the 7-month resub there. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here while we do terrible things to honest people online. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Beep 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 beep. Do 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 do. I think I actually want that Terminus. Just gonna get rid of the Snapcaster Mage here in a hot second. I'm gonna put Terminus Jace on top of my deck. And then we'll opt into that. We'll opt past the Jace and flip the Terminus. Get rid of the Snapcaster Mage. No, I wanted to give myself the best chance to hit the Terminus, and I have opt to go through things. It's adorable that you think telling me how the card should be pronounced is going to change how I say it. Welcome to the stream. I like the part where they're just letting me catch up on clock here too. When this game was over, they were ahead on clock, and they keep making decisions for whatever reason, and leaving me ahead on clock. Listen, Tumos. Dad, they drew 3 cards! How can we ever keep up with this insane card advantage? We're doomed! Doomed, I tell you! There are some people at this point who are wondering, why isn't he fate sealing with Jace? Chat, do you know Jace draws 3 cards every single turn? And if you fate seal, you have to instead not draw one of those cards. Draw those 3 cards. So I implore you, think before you fate seal. Consider the cards you could be drawing. Path your Snapcaster Mage resolves. Now somebody please think of the cards. Please think of the cards. Oh no, chat, if I all right, I'm a liar. I'm gonna fate seal. My hand is full, and my hand cannot get better. I think we've reached the point I think we've reached the point where my hand literally just can't get better. No, I was wrong. I could get another draw 2 in it. I was incorrect. My hand could acquire another draw 2. Why would I bottom Mana Leak? Because when we get into a counterfight this game, it's going to involve me tapping most of my lands. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have even activated Azcanta there. I said it was the best form of card advantage. I did not say it was the most fun form of card advantage. The most fun form of card advantage is your opponent sighing and then conceding because they can no longer win the game. This is great. What if I told you I got to counter your spell and draw a card? Would you think that was fair? Would you think it was fair if I countered your spell and drew a card, opponent? This really pains me, but I'm going to play Nimble Obstructionist instead of drawing a card. It hurts, chat. It really does. It really does. As much as it hurts me more to do this. I swear. It hurts me on the inside. That's true. Teferi, that's why Teferi has the best control deck ultimate, because he encourages you to do the most natural thing in the world. Draw more cards. Like, I understand them playing this game out, like, if they were ahead on clock, but, like, they're really not ahead on clock. Maybe I should have left their Search for Azcanta in play, just because it burns more time off their clock. It's like good management there. No, this is an 8 loyalty ultimate. This is the point where if we were playing paper Magic, my hand would just be face up on the table. I'd just be like, you can concede at any point. Really, it's allowed. Any point, you're allowed to pick your stuff up. What's going on, Zandman? Like, my opponent really didn't make any mistakes this game. They just, you know, stumbled and died. Tamiyo. Okay, they've registered Tamiyo. That was one mistake. Putting your hand... I agree. And Hippity, you've been playing JAC, right? I think JAC... I played my hand face up with that deck more than any other deck I've ever played when I played that in a paper tournament. It was just like, alright, this is how you're dead. These are my cards. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. When you're bored, raise your hand and we'll move to the next game. Counter unless I pay 10. That's adorable. Tron button has to be coming after this match, right? I feel like it has to be, Shannon. This deck does not have an unwinnable Tron matchup. We've got some tools to be competitive there. Gosh! Oh no, chat. Look at how few cards I have in my hand. This is horrible. Horrible, I said. I need more cards, please. Please give me more cards. Please. I'm just a sad blue mage. Oh, whew. Woo, we got a Snapcaster Mage. That's like blue mage crack right there. Snapcaster Mage is like blue mage crack. It's just like, what do I need? What do I need? Oh, you weren't sure exactly what you wanted? How about Snapcaster Mage? Snapcaster Mage is like everything you've ever wanted and so much more, Jeffrey. Snapcaster Mage whispers sweet nothings into your ear, Jeffrey. He says, what spell would you like? I will cast it again for you, Jeffrey. Snapcaster Mage. Take another Snapcaster bump and move on with our lives, chat. Take another Snapcaster Mage and move on with your lives. Listen, you play your like 4th blue-white mirror match in however many times we've been playing this stuff, and you go crazy too, Chad. It's not me. It's not me. It's the blue-white mirror matches, okay? This is not my fault. This is not my fault. Oh, that's the point where we can't win anymore. Got it. Get it. Got it. Good. Well, now we very, very clearly need altars of Snapcaster Mage. Anybody out there with artistic background, get on it, please and thank you. All right, so is this a matchup where I want Disenchant? I probably do, right? Like, Azcanta's good, and it tags their Detention Spheres as well. How do we feel about this? How do you feel about this? I think I like this. Nah, if they board in Geist, I have Nimble and Clique and Snapcaster Mage to block. I think leaving in Terminus in the dark is bad, especially when you're up a game. If you're up a game, I think hedging Geist is kind of silly. Surgical is the best. They are playing Magic the Gathering cards, which implies that Surgical is great. All right, this is definitely going to be the last league of the day after that game one. I don't know that they have that many more basics than a typical deck Jackal Girl. Like, this build of blue-white that I'm playing has like 7 or 8 basics in it. Most players add Surgicals in the mirror. That seems weird. Are we just like so threat light that they think that that's a good way to steal it? If they play a search here, and I don't have a search of my own, I think I'm gonna Snapcaster Mage on my turn. Am I? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Just like try and beat them to death here. Playing that deck is like taking it nice and slow, getting the most satisfaction out of your special time. Okay, so they boarded in Geist to Saint Trash. That's good to know. It is good to know. Extra happy I played a Snapcaster on too. I will probably swap the paths for a Verdict and a Terminus if we get to a game 3 here. We are currently 3-0 in this league. 2-0? 2-0? 2-0. I might be lying. Yeah, we're 2-0. Pretty okay with that. Is it that common? You're like, if I wasn't pressed for time, I'm gonna go do some homework after this and like check and see how many people are actually playing this card. Surgical on Field of Runes. Good lord. This mirror match has become so inbred. If surgical on Field of Rune is like what we're doing with our lives. That's where we've arrived. We've arrived at surgical on Field of Rune. It's really what we're doing. I didn't say I didn't believe you. I'm saying it's incredibly inbred. I can both believe you and think it's incredibly inbred. All right. Gonna brainstorm here. Yeah, that all seems pretty reasonable. We're just like redrawing all these cards too here, so I guess I'm hiding Detention Sphere for now. So when I like kind of care the least about. Oh my god, I just hid the path. I wanted the path to path the token so they can't kill my Jace. That was a mistake. I was moving too quickly. I like drew new cards, then lost where I was at in the middle. That's unfortunate. Definitely wanted my path to Exile here. Yep, and I could have protected my Jace the Mind Sculptor here. Instead, he's dead. Like, that's like 3 less cards that I get to see. I got caught up in the cards and I was like talking about like what they were doing and stuff. I'm gonna bottom the path now. We'll draw the D Sphere. Gets us back to the Snapcaster Mage nicely. Sure. Disdainful Stroke. That's not what I'm looking for at this point, I don't think. I think I want like more clicks or obstructionists or Snapcaster Mages to like have things to pop in front of here. Yeah, like, could you imagine if, like, the turn that happened last turn happened while I had a Jace in play still right now? We'd be, like, pretty far ahead. Yeah, Detention Sphere cannot target Detention Sphere, that is correct. They thought that one through a little bit, which is good. So 1 deck list with the Geist in it. Yeah, that's what I thought, Torque. Like I said, I think hedging Geist without any other information is kind of loose. Alright, Logic Knot is a much better draw than Disdainful Stroke here. Disdainful Stroke's actually okay in the mirror because it can counter opposing Logic Knots, because Logic Knot has converted mana cost equal to 2+X. Yeah, their deck has a lot of weird choices in it between Take Inventory and Geist. They're playing Serum Visions as well. Serum Visions is pseudo stock, I guess. Snapcaster Mage. I think I'm gonna let this happen and then Stifle Bird its trigger here. I think Geist is great in the mirror. I'm not a big fan of Geist in general in Modern. Another field's pretty good here. Gives me an answer to both their Colonnades. Illumination's not bad. I guess the fact that, like, I let the Snapcaster Mage resolves means they get to start attacking me for 2 with this, though, which is annoying. They need 2 counterspells in hand to beat me here. Geist ambushes people without creatures and who can't provide a quick clock. The intersection of decks in Modern that both don't have a quick clock and don't have creatures is pretty small in my experience. If they have a second counterspell here, we're probably dead to rights. Doesn't look like it. I can only assume it's your fault. God bless. You're probably correct. I agree. Yeah, in the 4-color deck, I think Geist is very reasonable. I concur with that assessment. The 4-color Geist deck is like kind of in a unique position. Ten to 10. Yeah, Geist always felt like a really weird inclusion to me in Spirits. It's like this one card that's like not evasive in your deck, like full of evasive creatures. But I also don't have a ton of experience with it, so like if Strowski's playing it, it's probably right. He's won a Grand Prix and top 8'd another and is a very experienced Magic player. Deal. That Cryptic feels like a win for me, since I have this Teferi and this Jace in my hand. Sure, I'd believe you in the matches that you really need a clock. That Geist is very good. That makes sense. I'm gonna disenchant there. Search for Azcanta here. You have a Dispel. Spell Snare. Okay, that makes sense. The idea that with Lords you can attack into bigger things makes a little bit of sense. I would buy that for $1. This whole game's been about this Geist. But I still don't feel like we're in like a losing spot because of it, which is nice. I have 2 paths in my deck at the moment. These Field of Runes have just been absurd, just like keeping their things in check. No, I just want to draw cards here. Like, if I find, like, a Vendilion Clique or, like, a variety of other things, like, we'll be able to take over the game that way. Like, remember, the opponent's deck doesn't have any reach in it, right? So, like, taking hits from the Snapcaster Mage just, like, really doesn't matter in the long term, like, the grand scheme of things. I should hold that Land to Brainstorm back into my deck, probably. Should probably hold that Land to Brainstorm back into my deck. Or we've got plenty of those. JK, LOL. I've not seen Pelt Collector. Anything that's been spoiled today, I haven't been. I've been playing a lot of really long games of Magic here. So we're going to have to shuffle those away here in a hot second. I'm gonna fetch here first because I don't want to draw an island or a plains. Do I want to tap their team? I think I want to tap their team, right? If they had a counterspell here, we're dead. Geist was very good this game. I took Serum Vision, steal. Sure. Well, I mean, now I'm getting value like waiting on the field because like they're gonna use the Serum Visions, then I'm gonna field them and shuffle their stuff. No, I don't want to pick up my Snapcaster Mage. I need my Snapcaster Mage in play to keep this guy Sustained Draft at home. Oh, I guess that's true if I'm... maybe that's okay. Huh. I see what you're saying now, because I'm like... because they were pathing him anyways. It's the same, basically. Maybe that was a good line. Colonnade of our own's pretty good. Negate and a search. I think I want a Colonnade of my own here because it's another blocker, and Teferi's gonna get to untap it right away. I'm gonna put Jace back and put Temple back because they're probably gonna shuffle with the Field of Rune here. So I'm gonna play this out. I'm gonna play my own search for Azcanta out. And then we're in a pretty okay spot here. Spell Snare. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's just like not a big deal. I want to save this Negate for something that's gonna like kill my things. I basically just want to like ult this Teferi, right? That's all I want to do in life is ult the Teferi. Like once I ult the Teferi, I can like get rid of all their permanents. Deal. This has been an intense game of Magic. Yeah, the search just isn't important. I want to stop like a Teferi out of them, or Cryptic Command bouncing my thing, or something along those lines. Disenchant for my D-Sphere. They are out of cards. Deal. Come on. Come on. This might be a full swing, which means we finally get to eat the Geist, which is huge. I am up 3 minutes on clock, and I am up a game. So even if they claw back into this game, we're gonna be ahead in clock going into the third game. Take a 10-minute break, Ovarian. Learn a little empathy. I can animate Colonnade and activate Field of Ruin this turn, so if they don't attack with the Geist 2, this is a really bad attack for them. Yeah, they need to attack with the Geist 2. Let's see. Let's wait and see where everything's going here real quick. Alright, so before blocks, let's fire up Colonnade here. Then I get to go blocks, do this, do this, do this. Jace dies, that's fine. Because I have another... I still have my Colonnade, and I have a, oh, it's Summoning Sick! Oh, it's Summoning Sick. Crap! When has that ever come up before? Shoot! I was just like, it's untapped, it's fine. We're still okay here, but it's kind of embarrassing. I forgot it's Summoning Sick because we untapped it. We untapped it with the Teferi. That's really funny. That's fine. There was another Jace on top of our deck, so it's like not a big deal, but I think that the line was still the same. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be, right? Like, the line is still what we did. I just thought it was going to be something else. Alright, and this game is pretty over. Yeah, I'm like, that's actually great. Someone said odds to understand paper 0%. That's like a great example of like a thing where like I was like wasn't intending to like I basically tried to take an illegal game action, and it wasn't because if I did that in paper, it wouldn't be because I'm trying to cheat. It would be because, well, I just wasn't paying attention. There was so much going on that wasn't a thing on my mind. This is definitely a Cryptic Command, counter your spell, bounce my Snapcaster Mage. Remember, you could draw a card with this Cryptic Command, or you could guaranteed draw Snapcaster Mage so we can counter their next spell. Counter this, bounce this, please. Magic Online just like making my lands dance all over, thanks. Because the Colonnade was Summoning Sick, because I had untapped it with Teferi, and like that's just like not something that ever comes up, right? Like if your Colonnade is blocking, it's not Summoning Sick because it's generally it enters play tapped. This has been an absurd game of Magic. How clutch was the Snapcaster Mage on turn 2, by the way? That was like the MVP, right? Only 2 days away from getting Chicago for Portillo's. Congrats, Inner. It's a lot of fun. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. They've already got their pitchforks, so they're coming, right? Hogland tried to cheat on Magic Online and it stopped him. Scum! Scum! Alright, so let's go. Opt, Island back. Play Temple of Enlightenment. Bottom the island. It's gonna take me a hot second, but we're eventually gonna ult this Teferi. I'm gonna untap one of your lands because I'm a bro. Are we in Fate Seal mode? I guess there's only 19 cards in my deck, huh? Yeah, I guess I should be in Fate Seal mode. My hand has gotten to the point where it just, like, doesn't get better. We have 1 basic left in our deck. Yeah, we have to Fate Seal so we don't deck before we ult the Teferi, is basically what's happening. Although I guess I have a second Teferi in my deck, so it's impossible to deck. Nope, you can keep that one. We got plenty of counter spells for her. She's welcome to do as she pleases, okay? Yeah, have some lands untapped. You do you. Go ahead. Yeah, there is a large subset of more casual players that view any time anyone calls a judge as angle shooting, and that just like couldn't be further from the truth. I'm gonna run back the old Cryptic Command, counter your spell, bounce my Snapcaster Mage. And I really feel like this game's a good example of like... This game's a good example of, like, Geist probably isn't very good in these style of matches, right? And people are playing it for whatever reason. Because, like, if Geist wasn't good in this game where they were, like, on the play and had it right away, like, what game is Geist good in, right? If it's not this one, what does it look like where Geist is good? Opponent does not value their time very much. That is correct. I mean, I also could have had, like, Nimble Obstructionist on 3, right? Or Vendilion Clique. It's like anything to get in the way. This game was also a very good example of why Snapcaster Mage is better than... People have been asking about mission briefing in this archetype, because this archetype isn't very aggressive. But I do think Snapcaster is just better than mission briefing in this deck still. Yeah, this game's been over for a long time. Nope, you can keep that one. I'm gonna discard this draw 2 in this control mirrors. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel, opponent? No, that's not considered angle shooting. They're playing the cards as written. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna ult Teferi next turn and we can get rid of it with that. Which spell? We are definitely going to ult Teferi and then Brainstorm. Never, if there is anybody out there who thought the line wasn't ult Teferi and then Brainstorm, have you watched this stream before? Of course we were going to Brainstorm after we ulted the Teferi. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? Of course we were going to ult the Teferi after we Brainstorm, or Brainstorm after we ult the Teferi. And then we were going to play the other Teferi and draw a card with him too. And then we were going to opt to draw more cards and exile all the lands. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, that was only match 3. Yeah, we're not gonna get to Revolt Zoo today. Sorry, Cannon. Your big donation though is gonna have us started off tomorrow though. I appreciate the support. Blue-white control is a slog. These decks are a drain. I can't like Nassif plays these decks all the time. He's a trooper. I don't think I could play these decks for 10, 15 matches a day. They're brutal. Like I enjoy the games they play, but like we've played 3 matches and especially like a mirror, I'm kind of burnt if I'm being honest. Like I really hope we queue into like Burn or something here for these last 2 leagues. Well, I mean, like, to be fair, this was a $100 league. Like, they cut it in, and, like, my minimum to add blue-white control to the queue is 50. So, like, I get my money's worth out of playing a blue-white control league. Yay! Hardened skills! Yay! Deck that kills me quickly! Damn it, Terminus! Damn it, Terminus! Nassif also uses 24 minutes of his Clocky-tron. That's true. He's a very deliberate player. That's true. You never have to do combat math. But when you're playing an aggro deck, you get so much time to do combat math because you either win quickly or lose quickly. Pick your least favorite card to run into this counterspell. God, winning this die roll was huge. We'd be so far behind if we'd have been on the draw here. Nice, Pythrian. Congrats. Where are you guys gonna go to? We can see the force, but the post. It really would have been funny if they had a mock. God bless America, my country. 'Tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. All right, that one is getting a Negate. No 2-mana play out of them last turn is like quite absurd for us. Very, very good. If we can survive to get to these Termini, we're probably a pretty good lock to win the game. Just need to survive to get there. Really need to hit that 4th land, ideally. They're almost certainly going to Welding Jar this anyways, so I'm just going to take my 1 hit here. It's just like 1 point of poison. If they Pendelhaven, I'm going to Field of Ruin, but if they don't Pendelhaven, I was going to wait. No, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then I'm going to get the 3rd island here, so that, the 3rd blue source, I should say, so that way if we draw another Field of Ruin, these Cryptic Commands become castable. Really? Okay. Okay, do they have another land? And then, if they have another land and a 2-drop that's good here, we could be in a little bit of trouble. But they didn't play... They didn't play one last turn, but so they must have drawn one. Stone Cold Nothing. I'll take it. Ding. Ring-a-ding-ding. So next turn, if they just hit us with Ink Moth again, we'll take our 2 and then end step probably bounce it, draw a card. If they pump this with Blink Moth, I'm gonna bounce it before we take damage. But I don't want them to resolve anything here. But if they tap out for the most part. I think I'm going to add a Hoogle karaoke emote. It's probably going to be... I think I'm going to take one of the cartoon heads and have my graphics guy alter like music symbols or something over the head. I'm just going to draw 2 here. I have these Termini to clean up if we can just draw some lands. That's a beating. At least we hit a path to exile, I suppose. I don't think you can fit a mic and music notes in there. You have to, it's tough to fit everything. There's a lot of great ideas for emotes, but it's definitely tough to fit them all into the emote size. Hey, thanks, Lapis. I appreciate the support. Can I have a land, please? Temple, ideally. Ding. This lets me find more lands. Ding. Colonnade's also great because it blocks these. What do they have in hand? Probably just like more lands and bricks. Can mana leak anything they cast here. It'll be a figurative miracle if this mana leak has text this game. This is the Poison Control Center. Lol. Hey, Ocean, won a PPTQ last weekend with Hallowed One and built Black-Green Rock with the winnings. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for the 4 months of support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. That's true. That's true. Actually, this card could... Their X spells are actually a really good point that this mana leak could be live because of those. Yeah, I forgot about those. It's actually a really good point. 10 out of 10 snap pathing this. Am I? No, I'm going to take a hit. I'm going to take a hit for 2 here because I want to hold up Cryptic Command, I think. In case they have a post-combat thing that I really need to counterspell. And then I will snap path this during... Am I snap pathing it during that? Or am I Hieroglyphic Illuminationing? Now, actually, I'm just going to draw 2 if they don't give me something to Cryptic. Can they realistically win? I don't know. This is the best part. Don't you take this away from me, Immortal. This is the one good part about playing blue-white. The part where you've won the game, but they haven't conceded yet. Ooh. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? We found an answer to their thing. Sure. Oh, I'm sorry, Immortal. I don't know why I saw your name. That Hardened isn't even close to Immortal. You're drunk on colonnades. Go home, Hogland. What's a bad matchup for blue-white? Drawing the wrong cards in the wrong order. Blue-white basically doesn't have bad matchups if it's running well. This deck just like looks absurdly impressive and efficient when it runs well. Hey, give me something to mana leak, baby. Do. Talking about mana leak. At some point, we will draw a Jace or a Teferi, and then we will slam the door firmly shut. Rude. Do I just snap path here so I can start killing them? I think so. Yeah, I think, in my experience playing this matchup on both sides against the black-green decks, the blue-white control deck struggles to pull out ahead of black-green consistently if they can't keep a Planeswalker in play, and Assassin's Trophy is going to give you a lot of good ways to keep their Planeswalkers in check. Closing in on a year, random guy, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that, welcome back. I'm going to cast this now, looking for a Planeswalker. Now, I'm just, like, looking for a walker at this point. I'm not really interested in closing the game. Like, the Snapcaster Mage is, like, fine. Getting him to play is fine, too, because, like, I can counter their next spell, bounce my Snapcaster Mage. And, like, do the old snap, counter, bounce a couple of times. So, like, we have their next 4 spells countered. We're going to Cryptic Command, counter bounce, snap, Cryptic Command, counter bounce, etc., etc. They are playing around Mana Leak, which is unfortunate. They're out of cards in their hand, though, which is nice. Jace the Mind Sculptor, right? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There's 5 Planeswalkers hiding in 32 cards, chat. 5 Planeswalkers hiding in 32 cards. Come on. Come on, cast your spell. The old U-White pathogen has claimed another victim. I've played plenty of blue-white end stream before. When the deck is winning, it feels great. And when it's losing, it feels eh. This league is approaching 2 hours here already, which is, you know, par for the course, basically. We are 3-0 in this league, and this is game 1 of this 4th match. Honestly, maybe I should just let that resolve so I can Terminus it. Yeah, deal. Yeah, infect me, baby. Infect me, yeah, give me that big, strong infection. I don't want to auto pass here. Wait, am I dead? Oh, we're dead, aren't we? Wow, that was a punt. Just zoned out. Yeah, I guess I definitely should have just left this up. I never said can't lose. Never said can't lose. I made a mistake. Yeah, I should have, I even said after we snap Cryptic that I should have just held up Terminus. Or I should have Terminus that next turn. Yeah, there's no path in the yard. Yes! Victory! Oh, yeah, Jess, they definitely should have made me had it there. Thank you for not doing so, but bye, friend. Bye, friend. Look, chat, we've seen half our deck. We've seen half our deck, and we've played one Path to Exile. And we haven't played Planeswalkers, like... Alright. Let's go. Let's go. Do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 Do-do-do-do-do. Make them have it, chat. Make them have it. Because my Snapcaster Mage is more valuable later, I think. Yep, it's not about to get better for you. Making them have it is ideal. Oh no, not the third Hardened scales, chat. How will we ever win the game now? How will we ever win a game of Magic the Gathering now, chat? Our opponent is very firm. Firm in their dedication. Show me potato salad. Resolves. And this game brought to you by not making them have it. Hardest scales of the multiverse. And you know what's funny too? If I was playing that in paper and did that, I'd be stone cold confident not realizing I had killed myself. So they probably wouldn't go for it in paper either. Yeah, I agree. There was a good chance that we had it there. We didn't, but I think making us have it there would have been good. What draws me more to Modern than any other format? People give me copious amounts of money to play Modern. It's a good incentive to play the format. And the reason why people give me copious amounts of money to play the format is because it's just more popular than other formats. There's so many different decks that you can play. A lot of variety in the format. Do you like potato salad? I don't know what that's from. That's a thing from somewhere though. Show me potato salad. I think it's is it Family Feud with the things on the board? Oh, it's family. It is Family Guy, right? Okay, yeah, you're right. Rest in Peace turns off Modular, which is the big way they kill you. I don't know if you read earlier, but it's wondering if it's possible to donate to build a deck, but have it go to SC. Those are separate, Ectoman. So the SCG Con fund is explicitly anytime you're donating for me to pay a deck that's putting hours in that I need to work, and the SCG Con fund is explicitly basically it's PTO. This job doesn't come with PTO, so that money is to cover my travel expenses and the 5 or 6 days I'm not going to be able to stream. Yeah, they were mocking Family Feud, right? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. We were all kind of right. You never have to stop playing it if you like something in Modern. Listen, there are a bunch of Twin and Birthing Pod players right now that would like to have some words with you. I think I keep this. Field of Ruin is pretty reasonable in this matchup. Terminus in the opener kind of sucks, but like get to play Magic, and if we hit a Terminus in the first couple turns, we'll be good. We have both Opt and Temple of Enlightenment to help us dig to finding another copy of Terminus or Path to Exile, so I think this is an okay keep. You could maybe argue that because this is a post-board game and I have a copy of Stony Silence in my deck, I should probably mulligan for them a little bit aggressively, but like I said, I get to see a lot of cards here, so I have a lot of chances to see some of these high-impact cards that I'm interested in having. Like that, Path to Exile is a very reasonable impact card here. Anything that's like not Terminus, Path, Snapcaster Mage, or Stony Silence here, I'm probably going to bottom. Settle the Wreckage. That's an interesting one. That one feels close. I think I'm going to bottom this for now. I think I want that one for later. I done share. Thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Please put this and the earlier bits to the con fund. Well, do Torquete. I think I already did your earlier bits. All unclaimed bits have been going into the SCG con fund. I really appreciate that. We're almost there. Yep. Path this on my turn. How much time do we have to go before the SCG Con fund? 6 weeks. 7 weeks? I said November 7th, I think. That's even more time than that, right? It's a while. I wanted a month's notice if I was going. I think I'm gonna have it. It's been up for 2.5 weeks for reference for people that wanna point. Oh, I was talking about the SCG fund and just like totally didn't path this. That's awkward. That's really awkward. All right, they're casting a thing here. That's good. Oh, they're gonna get a +1/+1 counter on this Inkmoth Nexus because of my mistake here. So it's funny, Apoon. People like to talk about how, like, it's funny to me how players who favor control tend to play Magic more slowly, when the reality is you want the rate that your deck wins the game to be inversely proportional to how quickly you play. So if you're a fast player, you can then play a control deck that wins slowly because you have more time. If you're a slow player, you should probably favor not playing... You should probably favor aggro decks because your games are shorter on average. You have less decisions to make. We did pull out game 1, so we are up a game here. And yeah, for those that can't see the clock, I am currently up almost 8 minutes on my opponent here. You got a Karn, Scion of Urza. That is kind of terrifying. That is a card where, while we're on the draw here, could definitely take over the game on us. One of the big things that you can do, people often ask for not only Modo shortcuts for like, so what should they do to like become a faster Magic Online player, but also in general, the biggest thing you can do to improve on Magic Online is to learn to use your hotkeys. Use your auto passes. I'm not even clicking the OK button. I'm pressing my Q key, which I have bound to the F2 by default. You want to be using that to your advantage. I think I'm going to field this in response here now. I didn't field it inside of combat because if I fielded this inside of combat, it would have given them a 4th untapped land to slam Karn this turn, and I really didn't want them to slam Karn this turn. However, I don't want them to sacrifice this to Arcbound Ravager because then I wouldn't get a land out of my deck. So the reason why I chose to field or sequence the way I did there is because of that. A little small thing, but I think it's important. This is going to be a game where we probably use our health total as a bit of a resource here. We're definitely going to like take hits from these. We're hoping to opt into a Terminus here for sure. Yeah, it's like the blue-red aggro deck that I top-8'd an indie with. I don't think I had a single round last more than 25 minutes. A lot of 2-0s, a lot of fast 3-game sets. And I definitely think from my opponent's side, they should have jammed Karn last turn because, like, now they've given me the opportunity to have Cryptic mana up, which is, like, makes it much more likely that I kill them. That can just resolve. We're gonna start digging for Termini here. Huh. It's not potato salad is the problem. That's exactly correct. It is very much not potato salad. I think I'm going to bottom it and just dig for the Termini. Ew! Ew! Oh! Get him! Get him! You just got to believe, chat! If it's not potato salad, push! Push till you get potato salad! Get him! Get him! All right. Just a true skill game we play here. It's a miracle! Ah! This game's great. Life's great, Magic's great. You know, whatevs. They're gonna burn us for like 6 or 7 here. Who cares? We got a Terminus. Get him. I've been playing a little bit too much. What's the monkey character in Overwatch? What's the monkey character in Overwatch? I'm blanking on his name. Winston, yeah, I've been playing some Winston. Have you ever wondered why my children are loud? Sometimes I do, and then I look in the mirror. Sometimes I do. Oh no! Please, opponent, have mercy! Don't burn me out with a walking ballista! How will I ever win the game now? No! Ooh. Ooh. Do 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 do. Sure. Resolves. Get it Oust of here. Because Oust is a sorcery. If Oust was an instant, you would play it instead of Path to Exile. If Oust was an instant, it would be better than Path in this format. I don't think it would be particularly close. Yeah, I think this game would have been completely different if my opponent would have jammed the card on their turn 4. The fact that my opponent kind of played this whole match a little bit too conservatively, and they gave us a lot of room to actually like get into the game. Both this game and the first game, I think they were too conservative and they would have run us over if they would have been more aggressive. I think they've kind of misidentified their role and like overestimated how much play they have to their things. Would I have like another one? See, I don't care about this one. This one's like whatever. Yeah, the deck is built to be aggressive. Its role in matchups like this is the aggro deck. Very, very much about role assessment. I think I'm just gonna Detention Sphere this. The Path to Exile has more value because it offers a little bit more utility down the line. And this is, again, kind of in the same place where we were in the first game, where we're just kind of hanging tight, waiting for a Planeswalker to come off the top. Do I like the new Eminem album? I have not listened to it. Colonnade is a big part of why this deck is playable, for sure. We've had some good moments, Hippity. Miracles make for such good television. Our opponent is about to learn a very valuable lesson. Bye, friend. Bye, friend. Silly opponent. Tricks are for kids. All right. We've been playing this league for an hour and 56 minutes. There is still one more match. We've only played one game 3 in this league, and it's been going for 2 hours. Good lord. Easy Flow, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. This is going to be my last league of the afternoon. Remember, if you're hungry for more content, especially blue-white control, among other things, I have this really awesome deck list page that I put a lot of work into on my website. So if you love Modern and you're looking for sweet decks and just good decks, click into here in the proven deck section. There's also a search thing on the side. I'm actually going to update the blue-white control list on here after I sign off today to match what we're playing on stream. And you can find a playlist here of all the times I've played this archetype in the past. So there's over 50 decks at this point on my website, so tons of both sweet and competitive stuff up there, depending on what exactly you're looking for, what kind of itch you're looking to scratch. We have only played Pseudo Mirrors and Hardened Scales. Now, please, not a mirror match. Please, if there's another mirror match, I might not actually be able to finish because I have to be done by 3:30. Have to be done. I have 48 minutes before I have to go. Please, Tier Lord, not another match. Please, somebody, please Goblin Guide me. Thanks, Mr. Manad. Thanks for supporting me here. Thanks for making this possible. I definitely would not have had time to do everything like the website and all that if I wasn't doing this full-time as a job. It's not that I've decided that I dislike Thought Scour. I think I've come to the conclusion that this card's just better because it does more. There's so many people going bigger right now that this card is a very similar effect to Thought Scour in that it gives us more ways to trigger Terminus on the opponent's turn, but it's also a card that generates card advantage for us in the go bigger, go greedier matchups. And especially if, like, you're expecting to play a lot of mirrors or against black-green and stuff like that, Illumination seems like a good evolution or technology. Easy mulligan. This hand's not exciting, but it's fine. Needs some lands. It has a scry at least. I think I'm going to fit a third Search for Azcanta back into the deck because that card's pretty absurd. The third Illumination is probably going to turn into the third Azcanta because you basically just, like, always want Azcanta on 2. This is a little bit of the awkwardness of Logic Knot here. I've got this island, so I have blue on 2, but I don't have any cards in my discard pile, so it doesn't actually counter anything. I missed the short period of time where Jeff had to dodge bits. Don't you dare, God! I don't know that I have the fortitude for another mirror chat. Okay, Shannon, would you be disappointed if I don't play this if it's another mirror? Would you paid for the league, so I'll let you decide. If you want me to slog out another mirror, I can do it. But if they're not tempo or spirits, I don't know that I have it in me to, like, play another 50-minute mirror. Ugh. Why couldn't you be playing Tron? Why couldn't you be playing Burn? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Woo! Woo, that's just not an exact mirror. Not an exact mirror. Alright, let's see a couple of cards here. Ace is a death. Thank you for re-upping for the 9th month in a row there. I appreciate that. Oh, there's a forest in their deck. Maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel, chat. I think I could do it. Maybe, please. Please. It's probably like a pseudo mirror still. Let's find out. Thank God they registered a forest, right? I'm like, I've been up for 6.5 hours live. I don't know if I've got it in me. What is this? Dictate of Crewfix. All right, we can do it. I respect the cut of your jib. Definitely countering that one, but we can play Magic. We can play Magic. This is probably really bad for us. If I had to estimate, these weird fringe combo decks tend to make us struggle because it's really hard for our cards to line up correctly into what they're doing. Teferi, is it just me or does Narset look a little sleepy? Should we tuck her in? I think we should tuck Narset in. I think she'll sleep better if she's tucked in nicely. 1 more month. I am a pterodactyl. Thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thank you very much for the continued support. It's probably some kind of taking turns deck. Just like almost certainly. Almost certainly taking turns deck. It gets marginally better. A lot better as aggressive. The opponent is 1-0. You don't play against people with the same record on Magic Online. That's so rude. That's so incredibly rude. At least I get to activate my Teferi, I guess. I would love a Negate. Oh, you know what? My sequencing there was poop, right? I could have, wow, that's so bad. That could cost me the game. If I'd have played the temple first, I'd have scried the island to the bottom and then drawn the Negate. I don't know, Stompy Robot. I feel like that's trying to play too much from behind. Our Hardened Scales deck is pretty threat light, and you kind of have a hard time getting something to 4. Yeah, we just crossed the 2-hour mark. Yeah, like if I would have scryed here, I would have just like negated this, and then we get to untap and have Jace and Teferi, and just like could probably never lose. Instead, there's a good chance they go off here. I don't know, maybe I should have. I kind of wanted to wait and see. They probably didn't have anything better to path, so yeah, I guess I should have. They used exactly enough mana there, so I could have cut them off of what they just did. They're still kind of just spinning their tires a little bit, right? I'd be much farther ahead if I had 2 different sequences that could have been a little bit better. But we'll see. This is the last match of the day. Ayo! Ayo! Would like 1 Mind Sculptor, please. We are 4-0. We won our mirror match. So Cryptic Command. Stop it. I think our priority is supposed to be keeping their mind effects off the table. Looking for more counterspells here. That's eventually a counterspell. The problem is we don't have mana to cast it this turn. Oh, Nexus shuffled the Narset away. Yeah, it did. You're right. I was like, why didn't they Narset? That's definitely what happened. No, their Nexus shuffled it away. Teferi tucked it in 2 or 3 down, or however deep Teferi goes. Teferi looks like he goes pretty deep. Yep. And like they're taking turns cards here, just like don't really have a huge impact when they don't have mind effects going. Yeah, they are just expensive explorers, exactly. If they can get a turn where they can both play a Howling Mine and do something else, that's a big deal. I'm gonna crack this during my upkeep, so that way they don't do something in response. I definitely don't want the lands that are on top of my deck. Easy shock in here. Thank you, blue-white control. That sequencing is great for me. Guess who's got a D-sphere, baby? I would like to put this back. I would like to put this back. Give him the dirty D. I think we're actually approaching can't lose territory here at this point. Just like again, need to like make sure we don't die, and then Teferi's gonna do his thing. I said we're approaching can't lose territory. I never said we were there. I said we were approaching it. It might be right to just play out Stifle Bird there, actually. Detention Sphere is a trigger. Amused Griffin, thank you for the 2-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back, and thanks for keeping me employed. Bury them with Teferi help the only way you know how. Exactly. How many times do I have to put this card in your discard pile? That's probably the last time, right? Because now at this point they don't have any more of them. There's 3 there and 1 here. Are you talking about blue-white? I think I'm going to put this list that we're currently playing on the website. Only I'm going to put, I'm going to turn this 3rd Hieroglyphic Illumination into a 3rd Search for Azcanta. Is the only change I'm going to make from what we're playing right now. Do I want Surgical Extraction here? I think I do. They could have Snapcaster Mage too. Oh, they have Vryn's Prodigy. We pathed the Vryn's Prodigy. Do I want Path because they have Vryn's Prodigy? That's an interesting question. Does Vryn's Prodigy mean I want Path? Yeah, I'm aware Nexus never hits the bin. How do I feel about Crucible in the main deck? I don't know that it's something that I'm really interested in. His hand's sweet. I need some more lands, but like Temple of Enlightenment's gonna help us find those, hopefully. This is a pretty scary start, especially when we're on the draw here. They could play like a Jace this turn even. Not with that start, they can't. Just blue, relic, sure. You know what that relic means, chat? That relic means that Snapcaster Mage just got an upgrade to Ambush Viper. And yes, I said upgrade, I mean upgrade. Do I think this deck is better than Jeskai Miracles? I haven't played Jeskai. It's in the queue at some point. We're going to get to it eventually. But I don't really have like an educated or informed opinion on Jeskai. This might be wrong. They're dispelling me, that's great though. Right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick because this leak's taking forever. I'll be right back. Oh, I got a turn. That's exciting. I like getting turns. It's unfortunate that I don't have another blue source. They popped a relic. That's good for me. I'm gonna go ahead and... I guess if I do this, they could cast Nexus in response here, but I definitely just like need blue mana. I don't think Counterspell is too good, but I also just like don't think you really need it in the format. Logic Knot serves a very similar role. Did they fetch their last basic? Oh, well, this is great for me. I get to draw a card here and then disenchant this. Oh, you know what? I should have cycled this at end of turn. 10 out of 10 should have cycled this. It's kind of a big mistake. Yeah, I could have Dispel up right now. No. Anybody who thinks Tron's gonna push anything out of the format, I think doesn't understand what makes Tron good. Tron is a very resilient deck. Very resilient and powerful deck. Aces with the sub gift. Thank you for that. I appreciate the support. All right. Well, if we hit some lands here, we're gonna have a lot to do. Exhaustion, sure. They have no cards. Lands would be great. There's a good chance that dictates their only Howling Mine, and they just have Planeswalkers past that. I'm casting this now, because otherwise I'd have to discard. Let's take a look at what's exactly in their deck here now. They should have a much harder time winning. No, I want to take their dictates out. Their time walks matter much less when they don't have a thing going. I'm gonna take a picture because it lasts longer. So they have 3 Jace, Mind Sculptor, 2 Teferi, and an Narset. So we're hoping to dodge those at this point. Narset's the worst of those, at least. Really just looking to draw lands. We know their top card is not a spell, so I'm going to play this click, and I'm going to click a Jace out of my hand. Ding. Weird that they fetch there. They definitely should wait until after they do this. That way if they see a card they don't want, they could wait. Yep. have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. If they find a time warp effect, I'm probably just going to concede for quality of life here. Deal. Oh, I can counter Nexus. You're right. I didn't even think about that. Dispel's so good. Logic Knot is also very good. Yeah, there's no way I can play anything here. No, I don't really want to draw step click, I don't think. I have both Logic Knot and Dispel here, so I think draw step click doesn't really make sense. You have Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, Obstructionist is very good. Just covers a lot of bases, basically. Let's just cut that right on out there, shall we? Oh, I guess I could have also... Yeah, that was wrong. I should have snap surgicaled it and kept my Stifle Bird. Yeah, and I could have held a counterspell up. We're not getting punished here because this is a no justice stream, but I definitely should have done that. That was definitely a mistake. I forgot about snap surgical. It's been so long. Well... Do I just tuck her in? Like they don't have any Howling Mine effects. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to tuck her in and then hope they don't go off next turn. Just like what, 1 brick out of them? There's no guarantee that they ult is the problem. They could just like sit there and continue drawing cards with her. Okay, so Big Tef's dead. We're looking to draw land here. Perfect. Now I get to do this while holding a counterspell up. All right, I believe this game is approaching over at this point. I don't know. I kind of just want to like think about ways that I lose the game, and I think just like one of the ways I lose the game is I'm like then just like hammering card advantage with her. I'm gonna surgical their Jace the Mind Sculptors here. Actually, I'm gonna surgical their exhaustions. Am I? What am I surgicaling? I'm surgicaling something. I'm rid of the Mind Sculptors. Oh, you know what? This is loose because they could Nexus of Fate me, right? I keep forgetting that Nexus is an instant because that card's really messed up. They have a Dispel. Okay. We do have a relatively quick clock. You are not wrong. To put this other click on the bottom. And I think I just let my Jace fall away at this point, right? Oh, I should have plus the Jace. That's what I should have done. Should have just plus the Jace. Probably doesn't matter, but I definitely should have just plus the Jace. I made a couple of really bad decisions that game and I ended up not getting punished for them. Just, you know, easy 5-0. Wasn't that an easy 5-0? We played so many Hallowed Fountain mirrors. So I'm going to update the deck list on my site a touch from what we played from there. The Hieroglyphic Illuminations were great, but Search for Azcanta is still... Just got lightheaded there for a minute. I don't know what that's about. All right, so the Search for Azcanta is marginally better, I think. I wouldn't hate fitting one Timely into the board if I was expecting burn, but maybe not. I don't know. Our sideboard felt pretty reasonable there. So, as always, you can find my latest deck list on my website, jeffhoagland.com/decklist. If you didn't catch all of that league, it took, what god-awful amount of time? It took almost 2.5 hours. This video is going to get uploaded to my YouTube channel now. There's a bunch of other videos on my website already with this archetype. And I'll catch all of y'all around tomorrow. I'm live from 9 a.m. to about 3 p.m. Central Standard Time every single day. Thanks for hanging out, folks, and I'll catch all of y'all soon.